We are far away from Earth and their outlaws like Billy the Kid, Bonnie and Clyde, John Stamos. No, we are cruising through the galaxy, about to count down the top 10 characters in Marvel Strike Force for October of 2020. So if you are ready to find out who is on this list, grab your mixtapes, find that like button, and you know what to do. Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Woo, what is up, Valley Maniacs? I am ValleyFlyin. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I hope you're cruising along well and ready for this countdown of the top 10 characters in Marvel Strike Force for October of 2020. Yes. So before we begin, guys, I want to thank everybody that watched last month's video, gave this a thumbs up. It is usually one of the more liked videos on this channel, guys. So thank you for watching last month's video. As you see there, we were outside a kiln. This month, we are totally different. But let's go in and look at who is not eligible for this list, guys. And it is all of these characters. Yes, to be eligible for this list, not only do you have to be a good character, but you need to be available in a node, in a store, or be Wolverine or Hulk, be available in the milestones or achievements. So these are the characters that are not available. Legendary characters, some very good characters here. Symbiote, Spider-Man, Domino, Orbs, they don't count, guys. So all of these characters not available, and some of these not even in the game yet as of us recording this. But what makes this list? How do these guys get on this list? Yes, they have to have a good kit, but this list has been highly subjective for a while, because if not, it would just be based on their kits, and we have the same countdown every single month. So usage, very important on this list, guys, because if you have a great kit, but there's nowhere to use it, then yeah, not that valuable. So let's clear this off and see who newly became farmable or eligible for this list. We got two characters. One, X23, great character, important part of that XForce team, recently became farmable in that war store, so not an easy character to get. Captain Marvel, temporarily farmable because of this Doom event going on for the next few months, available on Heroes 6-9 for at least for the next few months, she will be eligible. So let's clear this off, guys, and let's get to the countdown.
Number 10.
Yes, coming at number 10 this month is our boy Falcon. Speed manipulating Falcon, and this guy is so good when he is on your team, and very annoying when he is on the enemy teams, guys. Important part of that power armor team, and recently it was discovered that power armor with Ultron able to punch up pretty big against the Marauders, the scary war defense meta team of the Marauders, and Falcon is one of the most important parts of that team because of the speed boost that he provides, plus some decent damage based on the positive effects on the enemy team. So War, Blitz, Dark Dimension 3, built him at Gear 14, just so I could have him be a little beefier for that power armor Ultron team. But let's go take a look at his kit, see what makes him tick, see what makes him so dominant. And I think the best move of Falcon is this one right here, Red Wing. Filling the speed bar for self and all allies, 30% plus 10% for each enemy with a positive effect. Then you're gonna clear stealth from all allies. Man, if you have a full team of enemies, all 10 of them with positive effects on them, you use this move, you're gonna fill your entire team's speed bar by over 100%. So very, very strong. He has a nice AoE here on his ultimate. Very, very good move. Also does extra damage based on the positive effects on the enemies have. So very, very good. Same thing with this basic. On War, if you have any positive effects, he's gonna bonus attack again. So a lot of what he does is based on the positive effects on the enemies. So if you're facing a team with a lot of positive effects, Falcon is a good counter. Now, initial reports on the ISO 8 for Falcon, looks like the best one is going to be the Raider for him, because he could crit a lot. He can apply a lot of targeted to the enemies as well. So if you want to farm Falcon, he's available. Pretty easy node to farm. Nexus 7-3 is where you can get some Falcon, guys.
Number 9.
And arriving for the first time on this list, guys, making her debut at the number 9 spot, Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, one of the most meta characters in the game probably about a year ago, and one of the scariest characters you can see on war defense. Now, she has fallen off a little bit. Still the same kid. She is a victim of power creep. There's a lot of counters to Captain Marvel. Not as scary as she once was, but still is a very, very good character with a very good kit. Where she kind of falls for me right now is her usage. Don't really have a use for her outside of a Wave 1 Avengers team on war defense and on a very fun Young Avengers team in Blitz, but don't really use her outside of those two modes right now. I guess you could use her in raids if you're lacking some of these symbiotes or some of these other meta characters, but very good character. Let's take a look at her kit, see why she is on the list this month. And when I think of Captain Marvel, I think of her binary form, ladies and gentlemen. And what is binary? How do you activate that? Well, it is with the move that is named Binary, her ultimate. She's going to go into binary form with this move. Has a kind of a high turn cooldown, but is available on turn 1. Big single target damage, 640% damage very early on turn 1. So very, very strong. She also has a very good passive. Now, when she's in binary, she's going to gain more damage, more armor, more focus, more resistance, and do that big AoE attack, 150% damage every time after she takes a turn. She's also healing on turn 20% of her max health. So yeah, that is why she is so hard to kill. She can work on a variety of different teams on war defense, maybe even on war offense, but she has a very good special as well because it can clear all positive effects off the enemies. Also does that nice 450% damage, but yeah, she'll lose binary when she's in this mode. When she's not binary, she's gonna gain some charges as well. So very good kit. She has a nice basic as well. An initial test for Captain Marvel indicate that the best ISO 8 class for her is a striker. Just going to increase the damage. And if you got characters that can apply targeted, yeah, she'll do very good. And if you want to farm her, she will be temporarily available on Heroes 6, 9. So get your Captain Marvel charged while she is still in that store. No telling what's going to happen after this Doom event is over, guys.
Number 8.
Coming in at number 8 this month is our flaming hothead Ghost Rider, falling 1 spot. And he is a very important part of the Supernatural team. He is their damage dealer. And anytime you kill an enemy on a Ghost Rider team, he's going to hit you back with some big damage, guys. So always a tricky matchup when you have Ghost Rider on the field, because anytime you do a kill, he'll get you back. Now, Supernatural, where am I using them? Kind of same place I'm using Captain Marvel, Falcon in War and Blitz. And Ghost Rider is actually gets a little nod over them because I'm using him a lot in PvP. One of the sneaky PvP picks because he goes very early on and applies a lot of bleeds. And with the right pairing, Ghost Rider is a beast in balanced PvP mode and classic if you have a very strong Ghost Rider. But yeah, War, offense, Supernatural is very good. Counters that Merc team. Counters a few other teams as well. Blitz, yeah, they're an auto Blitz team. And like I said, PvP, but also backup character for Dark Dimension 3. If you're not finished with those city nodes, don't have enough bio gear to get those symbiotes up, he's a good other option because he uses mystic gear instead of that bio gear. So as kind of a backup for the symbiotes, if you don't have them, he works very good on those city nodes. And like I said, PvP, very good. Let's take a look at his kit, see what makes him so good, what makes him tick, ladies and gentlemen. And I would say the best thing about him, he has a lot of good things. I would say the best thing, my favorite thing, is on a non-summoned ally death, he is going to attack the enemy that killed that target, 500% damage. He's gaining charge. He's getting 3 ability energy. And yeah, he's getting more focus. He's giving more health to himself and the rest of the Supernatural allies. He has this big opening move, lots of bleeds, very good in PvP. Lots of bleeds all around, 290% damage, bleed for 2 turns. Adjacent targets also getting bleed for 2 turns as well. And this is this big one. If someone dies, he's getting those ability energy. He could use this right away. Attacking the primary target, 500% piercing damage, offense down, defense down, and if charged, this attack gains 200% drain, and then he's going to lose a charge. So very, very strong. Now, initial reports, ISO 8 for Ghost Rider. Best one seems to be that striker for Ghost Rider as well. And if you want to farm some Ghost Rider, build up your Supernatural team, ladies and gentlemen, Cosmic 3-9 is where you could get some Ghost Rider love.
Number 7.
And making her debut at the number 7 spot, ladies and gentlemen, is X-23. Very good character, very important part of that XForce team. And yeah, she is a beast. Very strong kit to go along with it as well. And is, yeah, using her all over the place in War, Blitz, PvP, she is one of the first picks, and sometimes a lot of people ban X23 because that is how good she is. We're gonna take a look at her kit in just a little bit, but yeah, very, very important. And XForce is a part of that Doc Ock unlock. So not only is she a good character, not only will you get value out of her, you're also able to unlock Dr. Octopus with X23. So let's go take a look at her kit, see why else she is so good. And she does a lot. On turn, healing for 10% of this character's max health. So she's got some passive healing, very good, helps to keep her alive. When an enemy drops below 50%, filling her speed bar by 40%. So it's like that Carnage passive, but a little better, but it only affects her is the only downside. So really, really good. Fast character, especially when you're getting a lot of enemies dropping below 50% health. And when she drops below 50% health, not only she's gonna get that healing on turn, she's gonna get 2 evades when she drops below 50% health as well. So very, very good. She gives some bonuses to X-Force as well. I like this move. This is her opening move. Now, if you're getting enemies below 50% health, she's gonna do this very early on because she's getting that 40% added to her speed bar. Ability block, turn 1, potentially very early ability block on turn 1. So very, very good skill. This is another one that is very good, especially on war. You're gonna attack the most injured non-summoned target, 140% piercing damage. You're gonna ignore taunt and stealth, and that is important because there's teams like the Asgardians that like to throw characters in stealth, makes it tough to get the characters that you want. But yeah, she's gonna do the most injured character. She's gonna go attack him, whether they have stealth, whether there's a taunt up, regardless, and she's gonna do it 4 additional times. So very, very strong kid. Oh, let's not forget this one, Snicked. This is a very good move, especially if you have a one-on-one situation. This move might make her the best one-on-one character. She's doing some damage and she's gaining evade. Pretty much it. She's getting evade every time she does this basic. So strong kid. Initial reports say that the best ISO 8 for her right now looks to be the Raider class. So that is what I am trying out on her. And if you want to farm her, very difficult farm, but like I said, she is an important part of a legendary unlock. You can get her in a war store. There's a lot of great characters in there, but she is one that I don't think you want to sleep on, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 6.
Our boy Colossus, the beefy Colossus, falling 1 spot down to the number 6 spot in this month's ranking. Still a very, very good character. He is the protector of the X-Men team. Every single best version of the X-Men team definitely includes Colossus, definitely includes Phoenix. So he is the man. And where do I use the X-Men? Well, I use them in raids, I use them in war, I use them in not so much in arena, but I still see him on defense in arena, and he's a very good character. In Ultimate 7 and a character, Dark Dimension 3, helps Phoenix survive, get her special off, get her ultimate off of Dark Phoenix, and yeah, it provides a lot of damage because Colossus is giving the help with that. Let's go take a look at his kit, see what makes him so beefy and what makes him help the X-Men so much. And a lot of it has to do with this move right here, his passive. He is gaining defense up for himself, defense up for the rest of the X-Men allies. He also gives them more max health, 15% for him and the rest of the X-Men. And when an X-Men drops below 50% health, he's gonna taunt. So he is providing some health or some protection for the rest of the team. Really, really good. All of these moves are really good. His ultimate, increasing the duration of positive effects by 3 up to a maximum of 5, gaining death proof. So those defense up you start with, he should be extending them unless you need to use this to protect Dark Phoenix. And he's going to gain taunt with his special, counters, deflects, and deflect to all other allies. So really, really good. And he's going to gain taunt for 2 turns if Phoenix is an ally. And this is a basic that you don't want to sleep on because this does affect his counter. And Colossus is a character that counters a lot. He's doing damage, piercing damage, but he's also applying offense down for 2 turns with his counter. So very, very good character. Initial reports say that the best ISO 8 class for Colossus is that healer class. Right now, I have him on a fortifier, and he works pretty good as a fortifier, but his large health pool does indicate that he is a very good healer for that healer class ISO 8. And if you want to farm him, he's not going to be a very easy farm. He's more of a later game farm, available on Heroes 7-9, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 5.
All right, coming in at number 5 spot, dropping 1 spot from last month, is the cloning Mr. Sinister, and he is a important part of that meta, the meta War Defense Marauders, the Emma Frost version of the Marauders. And he makes that team so good, not only with his clones, but he also provides a lot of healing and a lot of buff spraying that he does with his team. So very good character for Arena. I still see people using him in Arena sometimes if they don't have a full Black Order team. Also very good PvP. He is a good PvP pick, but yeah, War D, like I said, is where he's going to shine. Also Blitz. All of these characters actually do very well in Blitz. But I use him in the raids as well. Use him there as well. So it does a lot, very versatile, and that is why he's coming in at the number 5 spot. Let's go take a look at his kit, see why he is so good. And we cannot talk about his kit without talking about Clone, because this is what makes him. All of this rest of the stuff is very good, but the clone is what makes Mr. Sinister, guys. And the T4 in this ability right here is going to put the T4s in all of the abilities of the clone. So this is an important T4 to have. And his passive, not too shabby either. He's going to get 3 ability energy, which makes it possible to do cloning on turn 1. A bunch of other effects for him, Marauders, and Emma Frost. But I want to talk about his special right here. Heal block from removing heal block from the 2 most injured allies, gaining offense up, which is good. Transfer all positive effects from Mystique to this character. That could be very big, especially if you have a lot of positive effects from Mystique from her special and her basic. Then you're going to spread all positive effects from this character to all mutant or cloned allies. Very, very strong. Plus some healing. And he's got a pretty good basic as well. He's just a very, very strong kid. And initial test is that he is best as a healer in that ISO 8 class, guys. And yes, with all the healing that he does from his normal moves, with the large health pool that he has, I like that. And I've been using him as a healer, having some very good results. Now, he is available in the War Store. Not an easy place to get a character. And I think he should be your number 1 priority after you've unlocked a lot of these legendaries, maybe even got these legendaries up to 7-star. This is a character that I think you should be working on in the background if you don't have those legendaries. Very good. War Store is where you can get them though, guys. So when you see him pop up, you may want to think about getting him if you don't have those legendaries unlocked. And if you do have the legendaries unlocked, yeah, no brainer, guys. Get your Mr. Sinister stars from the War Store.
Number 4.
And sliding down to the number 4 spot is our gal Hela. And she still has an amazing kit. She still has Greg. She still has that spreading of all of the debuffs with death knives. Very good character. I'm just not using her as much. War Defense is where I'm currently using the Asgardians. I know some people are taking the Asgardians off of War Defense, using them as an offense team with some very good results. That may be the way to go, but I am not doing that, and she's not getting a lot of use from me. Was one of my primary or ultimate 7 characters until the symbiotes came around, and there's some other teams that work a little better, but falling off a little bit for me with an ultimate 7. Still probably getting a lot of use if you don't have the symbiotes though. Greek Raids, obviously very good. Blitz, very good. War Defense, I'm still using her with that full Asgardians. And DD3, very good part of that Cosmic lane. If you're looking to build a Cosmic team, I think Hela, Ebony Maw, Minerva are going to be your 3 characters that you want to base that team around. And obviously one of the top picks for PvP. Let's take a look at her kit though. See why she is so good. And a lot of it has to do with Greg. We're not going to talk about Greg too much here. If you've been playing this game for a while, you know about Greg. He's going to take some pressure off of her and does some good things. Reduces speed of the enemies as well. But yeah, she's going to summon him on turn, and when he dies, she's going to summon another one. She has this Asgardian healing. She's gaining more max health. She's gaining more max health per Asgardian ally, and yeah, a lot of health for Hela, which means that she is hard to kill, which means that Greg is going to be hard to kill. This is my favorite move of hers though, Death Knives. Clearing 3 death roofs, which is nice from all enemies, but you're also getting that 5,000% extra focus. That is also nice, but you're attacking all enemies 350% damage, which is also nice. But that is not why I love this move. It is this one right here. Spreading the negative effects, 4 negative effects from the primary targets to all secondary targets. AoE spreading a negative effects. I love that move. Now this special, not too shabby either. You're getting an assist from Greg, but you're also applying Disrupted for 2 turns. So in some situations, you may want to open with this move. And yes, she is a very, very good character. Now, initial reports say that she is best as the Raider class in that ISO 8, if you're choosing an ISO 8 class for her. And she is a very important part of 3 legendary character unlocked. Obviously, Villain Mystic Controller for Phoenix. She's a Asgardian for Black Bolt, and Black Bolt leads to Ebony Maw. So 3 legendary characters for Hela, and if you want to farm her, I would suggest getting to her node as quick as possible. Villain 7-6 is where her node is at, and once you could 3-star that thing, farm her, because 3 legendary characters, and you get Hela, and you get Greg. Extraordinary value, in my opinion. So Hela, very, very good character, but only the number 4 spot this month. So let's see who comes in a little higher than Hela, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 3.
Yes, the symbiotes are on the rise, and at the number 3 spot this month, moving up 2 spots, is our boy Venom. We are Venom. And the symbiotes, they look to be one of the most dominant teams in the game, if not the most dominant team, at least in the raids. Very, very strong. A 4-man team of the symbiotes with Emma Frost, probably the best raid team right now. When you get that 5th with Anti-Venom, yeah, very, very good. But we're not here to talk about them. We're here to talk about Venom and what he brings to this team, because he brings a lot, and he makes them a very good team in War, in Blitz, in Ultimate 7. Yeah, top raid team there, guys. Also using him in the Greek raids on the nodes that are allowed, and Dark Dimension 3. If you have the bio gear, guys, Venom is one of the characters that I think you should bring up for those city nodes, because he's gonna make it so easy. Easy mode with Venom. Let's go take a look at his kit. Oh, and before I forget, Venom, he is also an important part of unlocking the legendary Shuri. So that is a double bonus for him, guys. Now let's go look at his kit. Now, when I think of Venom, I think of his ultimate. It's kind of like Hela, where you're spreading negative effects, but you're only doing it to the primary and adjacent targets, but you're spreading all the negative effects. So very, very good move. He has an ability block on his special, and he can flip positive effects into negative effects with his basic. So very, very good character. He's also healing 15% of his max health with that T4, which means that he is more likely to be greater than 95% max health and applying defense up to self and all symbiote allies for 2 turns, helping with their survivability. Very, very good character. And of course, we cannot forget the legendary Shuri that we talked about. And as initial reports are suggesting that the best ISO 8 class for Venom is going to be that Striker class. So yes, Striker, Venom, and if you want to farm him, Nexus 6-9 is where you could get your We Are Venom shards, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 2.
And it was inevitable that the Mad Titan would be near the top of this list, coming up at the number 2 spot, moving up 1 spot from last month. And he is the Black Order, because without him, there's no Thanos and there's no Empowered Thanos. And both of these characters I am using a lot. Empowered Thanos and that full Black Order team, arena offense, arena defense, war, anywhere you're using Black Order, Empowered Thanos is the member of that team, because yeah, he doesn't get empowered without the rest of the Black Order members. Now, normal Thanos, I'm using him in the raids with Ebony Maw, and Dark Dimension 3. Dark Dimension 3, I'm using him there as well. So very good character. Let's go take a look at his kit. Boom, and yes, let's look at normal Thanos first, because he is so good. I want to talk about this one, his special right here, applying offense down, gaining taunt for 2 turns, and this is a high resistant taunt, 1000% extra resistance while taunting. Very good. He has a big AoE attack on normal Thanos, and he has drain with that. But let's talk about Empowered Thanos, because this is the Black Order member. He has one of the best skills in his special right here, combining 2 very strong specials, Scientist Supreme and Doctor Strange, into 1, flipping all negative effects to positive effects for all allies, flipping all positive effects to negative effects for all enemies. And you're applying a taunt to Cull Obsidian. Very, very strong move. Now, most battles with the Black Order is based on the timing of this move. You need to time this correctly, especially for a Black Order mirror matchup or when facing those Marauders in war. But yeah, very important move. This move is another big AoE attack that he's getting some drain, 200% piercing, 100% drain, repeating 2 additional times. So turns out to 600% piercing, and also reducing the speed bar of all enemies by 20%. Very good basic that I'm using a lot, ladies and gentlemen, because it attacks not only the primary target, but adjacent targets as well, giving them bleeds, giving Thanos counters. Very, very good character. And initial reports suggest that the best ISO 8 class for Thanos is as a Raider. So Raider is what I have on him, and that gives him the ability to apply targeted on multiple targets if he has those crits going off. So that is their initial recommendations. And if you want to farm Thanos, make sure you get him, especially if you have the rest of the Black Order up and running. Nexus 8-9 is where you can get some Thanos shards.
Number 1.
Coming in at number 1 this month, it's your boy, Carnage. Yes, the age of the symbiotes has begun, and the symbiotes are so dominant. Important part of that best Ultimate 7.5 raid team. 4 symbiotes, and Emma is who I'm using, but Anti-Venom, very, very good as well. Talked about him with Venom as well, but yeah, Anti-Venom, so good. Symbiote, so good in Ultimate 7.5. I wanted to mention it again. Raids, the Greek raids also doing very good. War, I've seen some people using this team on War defense with some very good reports, especially with the survivability that Scream brings to this team now. War offense, always a very, very good team to use. And a very, very good pick for PvP, especially if you're countering Hela. And Dark Dimension 3, yeah, those city lanes, second most important character in my opinion, maybe even the first. Now there's some other symbiotes, but Carnage, Symbiote, Spider-Man, the 2 most important for that city lane in my opinion. Let's go take a look at this kid and see why he is such a beast. And it is because of this right here. I think the most important move that you need a T4 when you're looking at a Carnage is this right here. Frenzied Fury. When an enemy drops below 25% health, filling the speed bar by 30% for him and all symbiote allies. Very, very good, very important skill, and that's what makes him so fast. There's some Ultimate 7.5 matches that the enemies hardly take a turn, and it is because of this passive right here. Affects the entire team. The next move that I think is very important is this one right here, his basic. I end up using this thing a lot, and what is this going to do? It's going to spread negative effects from the primary target to adjacent targets that he is chaining to. So does some nice damage, but I like to spread the buffs with this. And opening move normally with absolute Carnage, 500% piercing, which is nice, but you're getting bleeds. You're getting some debuffs on the field for your symbiotes that they can spread, that they could chain with, that they could increase. The symbiotes are all about debuffs, guys. Now, this slaughter move is a little disappointing because you're clearing the negative effects, which for a symbiote team, not the best, but in some cases that can be good, and it's also attacking the primary and adjacent targets. So in certain situations when you want to go after some adjacent targets, maybe you can't hit them because of a taunt or something, or a stealth, this will do that damage. That is a good situation for it. Another situation, Deadpool, I don't want him healing with all those debuffs on him, so I use this on Deadpool. There's a few other situations I use this, but I don't use this move a lot. Very situational with this, but passive, basic, just that alone makes him an awesome character, guys. And initial reports as far as the best ISO 8 class skirmisher is what's getting the most love right now. And if you want to farm him, I think you should, because just like Venom, he does help you to unlock the legendary Shuri, but you can get him in the War Store. Hard place to farm these characters, guys, because they don't always show up, and there's a lot of good characters, a lot of legendary unlocking characters in the War Store, but I think my top pick for that store, guys, would be Carnage. And that is it for this month's list, guys. Let me know what you thought of it. Agree? Disagree? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And like I said, this is based on usage, and your usage may be totally different than mine and have a totally different list. If you do have a totally different list, let me know your list in the comments, guys. I'm always curious to see where you guys are ranking these characters, where you guys are using these characters, and which characters are getting the most love from you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. We do one of these every month, and we do at least 4 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on this channel. So make sure you do all that usual stuff, guys. Smash on that like button, join the notification squad, leave a comment, share this with your friends, and make sure you check me out on Twitch every weekday morning, ValleyFlyin76, and check me out on social media as well. Give me a hug, fist bump before you go. ValleyFlyin out.